We're here at our Antler Peak project. As you can see, a lot has gotten done over the past couple of months. Foundation is in, backfill has certainly started. But one thing that's important that's going on right now is all the underground plumbing. And that's getting done right now. Let's go check it out. All right, let's take a walk down here to the lower level and check on Michael, our plumbing contractor, to see how the underground plumbing is going. All right, so I am standing here in the mechanical room at Antler Peak with our plumbing contractor, Michael from Bluebird Plumbing. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
As always. What are we looking at here? I know we're standing in the mechanical room.
Yeah.
You've really already, I think you're completed with the underground plumbing?
I am. I'm going to have inspection after the weekend. This is the high side of the system. This is the piping where it starts for the rest of the house, and everything goes downhill from here. This is the mechanical room, so we have a floor drain in the middle in case there's any drips or leaks or anything from any of the mechanical equipment.
And we've got a hydronic boiler of which creates a condensate, so we're going to drain all that into that floor drain as well.
For sure. Right above here we have a bathroom. So this 3-inch pipe picks up the bathroom upstairs, and this is the pipe for the master wing, which is a crawl space up top. So we're going to have this go up, and that's going to hang from the joists above, and that's going to pick up everything for the master bathroom.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's walk through this plumbing here.
Sure.
I've seen white pipe. I've seen black pipe. Black pipe is
ABS.
ABS, and the white pipe is
PVC.
What do those acronyms stand for?
ABS is acrylonitrile butadiene styrene.
Sweet, that's what I thought.
And PVC is polyvinyl chloride.
Now, why do you use one versus the other? Why are you using PVC over the ABS?
ABS, when it's in the sun, it tends to bend a little. And then I don't like putting that in the ground because when the sun beats down on it, it'll mess up the pitch of my pipe. Both PVC and ABS are recognized for building drains under the International Plumbing Code. They're both approved.
As I'm looking at this pipe, obviously we're sloping. You can see we're at the high side. We get to the low side where it terminates and goes out to the septic tanks and whatnot. Tell me about like the pipe itself and what is around it. And do you have to do anything special for this pipe, like as it's laying on the ground? You just dig a trench and set the pipe in?
What I do is I dig a trench in this fill and I bed the pipe on some of this backfill. By code, you have to have a minimum slope of 1/8 inch a foot all the way downhill.
And so that's what you've done here.
We started up high and all the way at the end in the corner, it's 97 feet all the way to the end.
And is it, you didn't go 1/4 inch, you went 1/8 inch?
I went an 1/8
inch. And why did you do that? So you didn't?
The reason I did 1/8 is because I didn't want to dig more than I had to.
Exactly.
That's the name of the game when you're doing a large underground like this. Because if you do 1/4 inch a foot, I mean, you're doubling the fall that you have to have by the time you end up at the end. So less digging, still within the parameters for the code.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. So let's go and talk a little bit more about these pipes and what I see written on these pipes
For sure.
and why that's there. I see that you've written on here, there's a number, and then there's the acronym DFU. In particular, at this joint here, that joint there. So like here, there's 30, there's 5. And yeah, can you tell me a little bit about that? What is
DFU stands for drainage fixture units. And in the code book, there is a value for each fixture. Toilets, showers, lavatories, whatever fixture you have has a different count. And you use that to determine what size pipe and what pitch you need on your pipe. We have 3-inch PVC, and you can do 1/8 inch a foot, and 3-inch PVC at 1/8 inch can carry 36 drainage fixture units.
Okay, so we've got 30.
Yep, that's 30.
Okay.
So everything on this end adds up to 30. This branch here, I have a 5. That's for this bathroom group. A bathroom group, they give you 5 fixture units as for your calculation.
Okay, so coming into this 5, right off of here, coming up to here.
For sure.
There are 5 fixtures essentially. What 5 fixtures?
Units.
Units, okay. And so how do you know what fixture units are on this grouping right here?
Well, the bathroom group counts as 5. So right here we have the toilet.
Okay.
This is the toilet pipe. Then right here we have a Y, which goes here. This is going to be the sink. And then coming off there, we have the shower. So altogether, they equal 5. That's what they give you for a standard bathroom group in the book.
And so that 5 leading into that 30 equals 35. And you said 36 is our max.
36 is our max.
Now, if we were on a 1/4-inch slope,
Yep.
we could have double.
About 42.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it jumps really high. We have 35 down here,
Okay.
where I change sizes to 4-inch.
And so that's catching this 5, catching the 30.
Yep, that's
coming into
35.
1.
And I can
All
have
right.
a max of 36
So
on a 3-inch.
You added 30 plus 5. So, all right.
There we go.
There we
And
go.
I had to upsize the rest of the pipe to 4-inch. And 4-inch can actually hold 120 fixture units, I believe.
Wow. Okay.
At 1/8 inch a foot. But I had to upsize there because we pick up more fixture units. We have a laundry room with a floor drain. There's another bathroom group over there. So that's why there's the upsize in the pipe.
So we were at the beginning where it was the highest in the mechanical room. Let's take a look down here at the end at the 4-inch where it's going to actually exit the house. Okay, Michael, we were talking about the slope and the amount of fixtures that can go into each line exiting the building. So right here we have 35 at that joint. And what you were just explaining to me is that you write that for your reference. It's not code to write that or anything, but it's easy to reference how many fixtures are coming. Now, what if that was 40, not 35?
If that was 40 fixtures, the inspector would make me change it.
Exactly. So the reason why Michael does that, which is genius, is that so he knows exactly how many fixtures are on that line coming down and out, and so he can easily verify to the inspector, hey, here's how many fixtures. I've already done that work for you. You know, I've
On
done this
inspection
correctly.
day, if he asks, I want to be ready.
Totally, which
They
is
don't like to
awesome.
play around or wait for information. You got to show them your work.
Shout out
and-
to Lance.
Yeah, shout out to Lance.
Okay, so coming from the mechanical room through the basement, through the bedrooms and bathrooms and whatnot, we've got 3-inch pipe leading into 4-inch pipe, of which can accommodate a lot of fixtures, all the fixtures. And we're leaving the house. Where does it go from here? Like, what happens? Have we?
Well, within 5 feet of the exit of the building, I have to have a double clean out. That way,
What does that mean?
if they ever need to snake it, there'll be 2 pipes coming out of the dirt after grade. One leads a snake down towards the septic, and one leads into the house. So you
Which
can
makes
clean
sense,
the pipe
right?
either way.
All right. Now, can
so-
you clean the pipe from the inside somewhere as well?
Yes.
Okay.
At the end, where the 3-inch pipes are, where they go up to the other parts of the house, I'll have cleanouts over there too, so you can snake from there or from the other end.
Now, how did you know to terminate this pipe and head out here? And this, so there's a step in the foundation. We didn't have to drill a hole or anything like that, but this is coming out of the house right here underneath the foundation where that step is.
That was pre-planned. When we had our pre-planning meeting for the plumbing, we sat down and we talked about it. This side of the house over here has all the pavers and all the garden, so we couldn't have a double clean out sticking out of the ground outside in the finished part. So we ended up running it out the side.
And that's something you brought up in that meeting, and we like to have those meetings before you start, well before you start. I know it's been a while since you did this job.
Been a while.
But either way, it was a great thought that Michael brought up was, how is that going to impede the landscaping that's happening over here? Let's not have 2 pipes sticking up. No owner's going
Nobody
to want
wants
to see
that.
that. So, but there is some function of the house that just, sometimes those have to be a part of the house, and we have to pick a good spot for those.
sure.
So, yeah, that's awesome. So how do you know where to bring these vertical drains and vents and all that sort of stuff? How do you know where to bring those up? I'm seeing these yellow lines down here. I'm sure those are indicating something.
Yeah, the other day, Jason, your project manager, came out and helped me lay this all out. We had a big tape measure and we laid out the walls of the bathrooms itself. This bathroom is on this side of this wall. It's a 2x6 wall. So,
And that's why it's got this width to it. Here.
So I knew where to bring up my pipe into the wall for the sink. So
Okay.
after we pour the concrete, it's not going to be outside of any of the walls.
And that's super helpful, right?
It was
I
super
mean,
helpful. It was great. And this site just lent itself to ease of layout because of these footings and how the bathrooms were set up by the architect, it ended up being a rectangular space. So it was easier to lay these out.
And I see here too, you've got some tap cons in the concrete.
For sure.
I'm sure that was super helpful.
And then Jason laid out how far off the ends of the walls the toilet was.
Okay.
So.
And how did he know that?
Oh, from the plans. He just took it off the plans, and he wrote 5'7" and 5/8 inches. And that's where my toilet ends up.
You know, it seems really simple, but there's a lot that goes into this.
There's a lot that goes into
it. We've talked about the underground plumbing down in the lower level. We are now up above. We're standing here in the garage. What do we have to do in here? Is there any plumbing in here that we need to be planning
I wouldn't
for?
call it plumbing, but it is piping. We got to do 2 floor drains. The plan shows them both in the center, and we haven't discussed yet how we're going to do that. If we're going to do center, if we're going to do trough drains at the front door.
Gotcha.
That all depends on what the homeowner wants in the end.
And what's nice about that is, especially here in Colorado, the garage is going to be heated. So when they pull in their vehicles during the winter and there's snow and ice and whatnot, it'll melt, go down the drain.
For sure.
And
that will drain to the area drains.
Exactly.
And that doesn't fall under my plumbing inspections, so it doesn't have to be inspected.
There you go. So we're standing in front of the plans. You've had these plans for a while. Walk me through your process. I see some, I see some lines on here. I see some drawings. What do you have to do? What do you have to know to get started for all of this infrastructure?
Well, I mark out my bathroom groups and my fixtures, and I put marks where all of the fixtures go that I need to connect.
And how do you know that? Because right now, I don't see anything on this plan.
Oh, sure. This is just the basement plan with the foundation. They have an overlay of the bathrooms on there already. So
yeah, I see a toilet there.
Yeah. So I have an idea where the fixtures are to begin with. And then what I do is, I go through the drainage fixture units, and I count up how many are on each leg of my pipe.
And that's the
going
DFU.
out.
Okay, sweet.
And then I calculate it out. This plan is a little different than what I did down there because there was some rock I had to go around, but it's basically the same. But it gives me a good idea of how much pipe I need, the distance I have to go, the slope, the drainage fixture units.
And so then a toilet is different from a sink, and a sink, shower and tub, that you know exactly what size pipe, all that sort of stuff. That's what's being indicated.
That's all in the code book.
Yeah, cool. And these plans are huge. It's almost like a sail.
Oh yeah.
So like when you have a cup of coffee, sit in that, it blows up and
spilled right on them.
That's great. All right, well, that's the underground plumbing. Thank you so much for showing us your process and everything that goes into this. There's a lot of work. That hole back there, that's for the main water line that comes in.
Sure is.
From the well, which is all rock that leads to that well. What do you need to do with that water as it comes in?
I don't know, that's a well guy problem.
All right, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you're not following us on Instagram, make sure to do so. And as always, like and subscribe.